Formula One fans have been used to seeing super talent drivers lose out on a chance to compete in Formula One due to teams choosing to instead use pay drivers for the last years. This has become a phenomenon for a couple of decades now. Oscar Piastri is an Australian talent who belongs to the Alpine Academy umbrella and is regarded as one of the most promising junior drivers in motorsport. I'm sure several of you are curious about who Oscar Piastri is. Well, to put it simply, he is a 21-year-old fresh-faced Australian driver from Melbourne. He is currently the Alpine Formula One team reserve driver. We have not seen a driver with more potential in recent decades, and you only need to have a look at his junior career to see what I mean. Well, if you take a look at his karting career, it wasn't that impressive. Karting and graduation to Formula Renault. Piastri began his racing career in karting in Melbourne, Australia in 2011 and rose through the ranks in the Australian motorsports scene before making his European debut in 2015. After succeeding in the British Formula 4, he switched to Formula Renault Eurocup and scored a season-best second finish, ending up 9th. The following year, he won the championship for the second time in Formula Renault Eurocup. He joined the reigning champion team R8 GP. Formula Renault, Formula 3 and 2 titles. Piastri joined Formula 3's reigning champions Prima Racing a year after winning the Eurocup title. Despite colliding with another car at the Red Bull Ring, the Prima team managed to win the first race of the season. The rookie had a back-and-forth wheel-to-wheel season in his debut season after a series of circuit victories, especially during his first sprint race. As it turned out, Piastri was able to claim the Formula 3 championship after a thrilling season finale that had him level on points with title rival Logan Sargent. Sargent, however, crashed on lap 1 and Piastri finished 7th to win. Piastri is known for his good celebrating, but never one to rest on his laurels. He is moving forward to the next stage of his career as quickly as possible. Having won the Australian Formula One Championship, he moved up to Formula 2 in 2022 after replacing the legendary Michael Schumacher's son, Mick Schumacher, in the second-tier FIA Championship. At this point, it should come to no surprise that Piastri has taken to his new seat with ease, winning his first race in the second round of the season by overtaking fellow Alpine Academy driver Guanyu Zhou. After winning 6 races in the Formula 2 title championship at Yas Marina, Oscar Piastri joined an elite group of drivers when Piastri won the Formula 2 championship on his first attempt. He joined a club that includes Charles Leclerc and George Russell in Formula 2. Formula 1 Renault Sports Academy and McLaren. He joined the Formula 1 Renault Sports Academy in January 2020, and after winning the Formula 3 title in October, he was invited to participate in a young driver's test in Bahrain. Before competing in his first Formula 2 season in 2021, he joined the rebranded Alpha Academy. Piastri is now the reserve driver for Alpine's Formula 1 team. Although he won't be a mainstay on the grid, he is a vital part of the team's intended success, and he can look forward to a seat in Formula 1 someday. Since Piastri hasn't been seen racing against the likes of Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc for several years, it won't be long before the Australian is taking on the likes of Verstappen and Leclerc. He's not only been selected to be Alpine's reserve driver, but he's also been named to the McLaren Formula 1 team's reserve driver roster. A sure indication that his experience on the track is set to increase and that it won't be long before he's winning races in Formula 1. Alpine reserve driver in 2022. Alonso's return and subsequent contract extension with Alpine have blocked Piastri's path to a Formula 1 driver for 2022. Even though he won the Junior Formula 3 and Formula 2 championships in his first season. For now, Piastri will fulfill the role of reserve driver for the team in 2022. There's no guarantee that Piastri will be able to compete in Formula 1 beyond the 2022 season if Alonso stays with Alpine. However, if he's without a team for 2023, other teams may come knocking. Future in Formula 1. After all of this, when will Piastri be promoted into Formula 1? Even though he should have already been there, he has been quite good. Although he is in a difficult situation right now, it's very important to keep competing and not give up. He has a limited amount of options. If he decides to race in Formula E, he will be out of the Formula 1 race. And if he picks up IndyCar, maybe he will lose relevance. Although he's currently not racing, his best option is to be Alpine reserve driver. So what are his options moving forward? Well, as we found out in the 2020 season, the driver market can throw up some serious curveballs and shake up the grid. He could do anything, but the most realistic option will be to wait until Alonso retires, which could be 1 or 20 years from now, knowing Alonso, and then take the position at Alpine. Nevertheless, if Alonso doesn't retire at the end of the season, he'll certainly look for other options. There are a few possible scenarios that could work in his favour. Obviously, switching teams is tougher than staying with the current one, but that's not impossible. There are multiple drivers who are unsure of their future in Formula 1 after this season. Both Williams drivers, Alpine and Latifi, have contracts ending this year. Over at Haas, Magnussen just re-signed, but Mick Schumacher's contract is set to end after this season. The biggest spot possibly up for grabs is Red Bull. Perez is making a great name for himself and might very well re-sign, but who knows what Horners and the team have in mind. Now, this is not accounting for the sudden retirement of a driver. Vettel and Alonso still have many years ahead of them, but in my mind, you never know when a guy might want to call it quits. Conclusion. The sky's the limit for Piastri. Once he reaches Formula 1, you'll rarely find a natural talent like his. As a result, I am confident in saying he is World Championship material. However, he still needs to find the right team and environment in which he can succeed. I hope he can make it work, but Formula 1 is a massive, big step up. Also, anything can happen. If you think that Piastri is World Champion material, let me know in the comments below. And as always, please subscribe so you'll get notified whenever we upload a new video.